Day 4 of being stranded at the mechanic yard.
In
Yes.
Kundara.
Yes, I still have on the same shirt from yesterday. It doesn't matter with the state of things.
It was a super, super rough night last night, guys. It didn't cool down. I woke up and it just a puddle of sweat. Snow was on the couch, 2:30 in the morning.
It was rough, guys. It's too hot to sleep. It's yeah, so we're running on fumes here, to be real honest with you. It is mid-afternoon, and we had told you best case scenario is he would have showed up yesterday, and that would have been about 24 hours ago. He's still not back with the part, and all we can do is wait. We're managing. That's about it.
We're managing.
We're managing. We will, the cats are managing. We are taking care of them as best we can. They're getting the cool rag treatment just like we do, and they seem to be fine. They've both found little places in the van to hang out where there's a draft or it's a little bit cooler, and they're doing okay. But one of the first things we'll have to do when we get on the road is find somewhere to pull off in the shade and get those guys a walk, because there's nowhere to walk them around here. Plus, we need to not draw more attention to ourselves. We've been here 4 days now, and everybody knows we're here, and this just isn't somewhere you want to stay a long time.
Well,
There's been no problems, but
also it's just dirty and dusty, and there's like oil and stuff all over the ground.
Well,
and when I go out, I get all sweated up and overheated, so we definitely don't want the cats to do that. So we're doing everything we can to keep them cooled down, including putting cool
rags. She loves
on them.
it. You just drape it over, but it's so cute. Vienna, she doesn't like it laying over her, but if you lay it down beside her, she will lay on top of it. So they know that the cool rag helps them to cool down. But we're hanging in there, guys. We will be back with an update whenever the part gets here, and then the next big thing will be, please let that part fix this fan. We'll be back, probably in the same clothes.
Good morning, guys. It's day 6, I believe. It's Sunday here on Survivor Africa, and we are absolutely just toast. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm sick. I've been sick for a couple days now, and you can see we're still parked up here. Good morning. And you can just see the layer of dust on all these vehicles that have been sitting here. Ours is starting to accumulate a thick layer of dust as well. But this has been our environment. Now, right now, there's not any mechanics here. It's about 7:30 in the morning. The good news is in the morning, it's pretty cool. It's in the 70s, and so that's our saving grace, really, is about 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, it starts to get down below 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And, well, we've been surviving. And right here is sort of the motorcycle part of the shop. And so these guys will be here all day. And there's also like these 3-wheel type motorcycle taxis and carts that come around. And over here is sort of their tool shed. And this is the sort of office building over here, if you will. And they've offered us lunch a couple times. They've been amazing for us. Over here, they'll lay out a mat, and that's like their little cool down nap afternoon break time. This trunk right here with the lock in this corner shed is where they keep all their tools and all their expensive stuff. And of course, we've been a spectacle here. I think a lot of these kids have probably never seen a white person, and so they've been coming by. A lot of people in the town have figured out that we're here, maybe friends or whatever who met us have come by to say hello or whatever, and that's been pretty much constant. And of course, we've been keeping our doors, our screens open as much as we can. We've been trying to use the tarp and the canopy for the shade, and But anyway, and even the goats, we've made friends with them. And these guys are over here fighting. So anyway, that's a tour of our accommodations for the last several days. And it's been tough, guys. It's been really, really tough. I don't know any other way to say it. I'm proud of Snow and how she's holding up under the circumstances. And the kitties are doing pretty good. We've been taking care of each other the best we can. We are pretty much, even though I've been fetching water over across the street and in the tanks, we're pretty much out of water. The batteries, we lose about, I don't know, 5 or 10% that we can't get back every day because we can only get so much solar, but we're running the fans all day, so we can't really complain about that. And the news is, the update is that he made it to the border last night of Guinea. And so I talked to the owner last night and I said, please just have him take a motor taxi. I will pay for it. So you see these guys right here, they could be friends or they could be moto taxis. And so it's in the morning, so everybody's kind of starting to head in to the market. So a lot of these are friends or family or whatever, but also when you see 2 or 3 people on a motorcycle, it could be a motorcycle. Now here in town, they tend to wear vests. But anyway, I told the owner, I said, I will gladly pay for a motor taxi to get him here. He said he told him to get on the next motor taxi. So I don't know if he got on one last night or if he'll get on one this morning. But wow, we really need this new part, or this part, to get here today, and I believe it will. And the guys have told me they'll get it in today, and hopefully that works and all that. Because we're really at wit's end. If this doesn't work, we don't even have a plan B. We're all in on plan A right now. So fingers crossed. The next update, we got good news, guys. Fingers crossed.
It is now midday on Sunday, which I know Kurt has already told you is day 5 of being stuck here. We honestly don't know why the part's not here yet. We're very low on water. We're running out of food. We have not taken showers. So that's a pretty miserable feeling. And yes, we have a shower in the van, but we are conserving water. We can buy water bottles from the little shop across the street, but there's not an unlimited supply there. Kurt just went over and got us 2 more water bottles, and we think it's corned beef, so we're gonna have some sandwiches. And we need that part to show up soon, guys. This is
We're starting to lose it, man.
Yeah.
It's really kind of tough holding it together in these conditions. I'm not feeling well. I think Snow's starting to not feel well.
well, and it's also starting to become a safety factor that how long we've been here, where it'll spread, and we can't leave. So.
Stuck.
Yeah.
We need it to happen today. So as our spirits are low, across the road I was able to find some, they call it corned beef. It looks like luncheon meat beef. Kind of like bologna, really.
Yeah.
And
The texture of bologna, but it tastes like potted meat that I had when I was little.
well, we put it on some fresh bread with some cream cheese that we still have left, and some tomatoes that I bought at the market the other day. When's the last time any of you have used one of these kind of can openers? Anyway, we're trying to recoup. The owner said he'd be here last night. He said he'd be here this morning. He said he'd be here by today at noon. All those times have come and gone.
It's almost 1.
It's almost 1 and he's still not here, so.
I think we're going to try and pull out some of our cards and try to play a game to distract ourselves. I would like to be able to use this time to be doing editing, but we don't have the power. We're in strict conserve with our power because we can't use the alternator, which is really good that we got that upgraded battery bank, but we lose each day and we don't gain all the way back, so we're being careful there. And when we're running our editing programs on our computers, they put off a lot of heat. Those are big, powerful programs, and they really work the batteries in the computer, which means a lot of power and a lot of heat. And we can't add heat to what's going on right now. We're barely making it through the afternoons as it is. So our minds are spinning, we're going a little loony.
And we're really just starting to get into the worst part of the day.
Yeah, the heat's coming.
Where we really need some good news. This is when the temperatures are starting to hit 100 and climb. And well, we got probably 6 more hours to 7, 8 more hours of 100-degree temperature today. And this is tough, guys. This is really, really, really tough.
Day 5's not going well. Mentally, it's not going well. Physically, it's wearing us both out. You might hear that Kurt doesn't, he's got a little bit of a cold. This is tough.
It's tough. All right, guys, this is part of our daily ritual out here in the little bit of shade that we have at this time of the day, because towards the back of the van back here, the sun just beats so hot on it. It's pretty much just unbearable inside the van. And you can see here, this is kind of a bus. This is not exactly what we call a bush taxi, but very similar. You can see how loaded they are, jacked up suspension. This one's broken down and they're working on it here in the shop. But this over here is the guys who've been hooking us up with the water and the drinks. So we're gonna walk over here and see if we can get a couple bottles of water. We're low again, so see what we can get. Nobody's here. What is your name?
My name is Muhammad Salih.
Muhammad Salih, okay.
And you?
I'm Kurt. It's nice to meet you. Kurt.
Kurt.
Yes.
Meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Instagram, yes?
Yeah. All right, my buddy Mohammed just pulled in and he got a big hug and a standing ovation. Oh, we were starting to give up hope and he came in. Looky there. It's used. Let's hope it works. All right, that's the old one or the new one? Okay. All right, that's definitely a used one. And it looks similar. Wow. Thank you. Whew, that was a difficult trip, man. Wow. Oh, man. Woo! Wow, guys, fingers crossed this part works. It is definitely used, and you know, as long as they can make it work to get us to Nekanakari, I do not care at this point in time. We are in survival mode. The party is growing and the community is growing. Everyone sees the park out here. They've all been fingers crossed with us. All right, guys, I have to give you an update. So after the dust has kind of settled a little bit, I learned from the owner right here, and I don't even think I know his name, and Muhammad, the one who got the part, that last night when he was supposed to be at the border, well, right before he got there, it was like close to midnight, apparently 11:30, and the bush taxi rolled over and he was tossed from the car, and well, there was a lot of injuries. Fortunately, no one was killed. but that caused a lot of investigations at the border. The police were there and all that type of stuff. So that's why there was limited communication, and everyone was nervous and no one knew really what was going on until just now when Muhammad got back and kind of explained the situation. But believe me, he traveled a long way, and we're going to try to do our best to help you understand kind of the moto taxis. You've already seen the borders, but sort of what he had to go through and what he was up against to go get the part and bring it back. And so we didn't know what the part would look like. It's definitely a used part, but fingers crossed that part will work. They're going to come in at 7 a.m., which normally the world over here starts around 9:30 or 10. It is cool in the morning generally, but they're going to come in at 7 a.m. and help get us going. And so, man, wow, we are just super excited and relieved that we have the part. And it was good timing because quite honestly, snow was done. And we were really starting to consider our plan B, but I'm just going to stop right here because we're going to see how things turn out in the morning. Good morning, guys. It's day 6 here of being stranded in Africa in a border town. And, my cold's gotten worse. It's gotten a little bit into my chest. And fortunately, we have some good cold medicine from the United States. So I'm fighting it off the best I can. Yesterday, we got the part from the Gambia. He arrived, so that was exciting news. The guy said they would be here at 7 o'clock this morning. It's about 7:30. There's no one here. I'm not 100% completely surprised because, nothing really gets started around here till 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And I think part of it is because of the extreme temperatures here. It doesn't cool down till about 2 o'clock in the morning where you can sleep. And right now it's still, until the sun gets up, it's still pretty cool. But in any event, we're optimistic. We're hopeful that the part works. We've tried to keep our spirits up. It's been an emotional roller coaster throughout the 6 days, long days. And the shop's still empty. We're hoping they get here soon and we can get this fixed. We'll see. All right, it's 8 o'clock. Muhammad just showed up, so excited about that. And the hood is up. You can see back here is where they removed the turbocharger. And so they're starting to get all the tools out. They use these old engine blocks, these old cylinder blocks to stand on so they can reach up in the van. And we still haven't wound the winch in, although the rope is broken. We haven't wound that in because we just didn't want to waste any of our batteries. But yeah, the whole team's starting to show up, and so fingers crossed, guys, they get this thing going. Alright guys, this is the moment of truth. I've got to crank the engine right now. I've got everything back together. It started. It took a little bit. From in here, it actually sounds pretty good. I'm not sure how it sounds outside. Wow, it's running. Sounds okay too.
Took it a minute, but that might have been the battery being low.
With the battery and also just, yeah, had to get a little fuel in there.
You.
I'm very happy.
Okay, I am very happy.
I'm very happy.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.